David Waters from Gators Breakdown right here on News 4 Jax, bringing you the top 4 most important players for the Florida Gators defense this spring. Number 4, rush in Brenton Cox. This is his last chance, last go around at Florida. Look, in 2020, the entire defense was bad. Last year, 2021, he played injured all season long. This spring is about playing healthy, becoming a more well-rounded player. Had 8.5 sacks last season, that led the team, and came back to improve his draft stock. Credit to him for playing through an injury when the season wasn't the best, but now he's healthy and ready to go. Should be a good fit for all the simulated pressures defensive coordinator Patrick Toney likes to use. We'll still see him rush the passer, and he'll be asked to drop back in coverage at times as well, but he must get better in run support and setting the edge. If he can become a more consistent player in that aspect of his game, then Florida has a really good player on this defense. His progression may be a little slower than fans want, but a healthy Brenton Cox to go along with a new staff gives Florida a reliable pass rusher. Now it's just about taking the next step. Number 3, linebacker Derrick Wingo. Have to find another linebacker to help Ventrell Miller with him coming back for one more season for the Gators. He'll anchor the middle, but Florida needs to find their number 2 linebacker. And Gator fans have been waiting to get their glimpse of the highly recruited Derrick Wingo. Finally did toward the end of the 2021 season. He started the bowl game loss versus Central Florida, where he tallied a career-high 5 tackles to go along with his 15 total on the season. It was going to be hard for him to see the field back in his freshman season in 2020, dealing with COVID and everything that came from that. He also played edge rusher in high school, so him switching from positions, switching from that rush in position to switching to linebacker at Florida, he was going to need to learn how to play the position. If we've learned anything the last couple of seasons about Florida's defense, especially the linebacker position, there was going to be a lack of physicality. So Wingo was switching, learning a new position, while the accountability for being a tough defense just was not there. That should change this spring, should open the door for Wingo to assert himself, lining up beside Ventrell Miller at the linebacker spot. It's year 3. Tyron Hopper transferred out. Mamou Diabate transferred out, opening the door for Wingo, and it's time to step up. If not, there are other linebackers like DeJuan Black, Scooby Williams, Shamar James coming in the fall that could leap over him at some point. Number 2, safety Trey Dean came back to help lead this defense, being coached by Patrick Toney, now in his defense, and Toney being involved in coaching the safeties. Dean has all the tools to be a successful safety, just hasn't been able to put it together consistently. Finally fitting in there toward the end of the 2020 season, playing safety all of the 2021 season, but before that, moved around, hopped around in the secondary. His move to safety was something fans looked forward to seeing last season after ending the 2020 season on a high note, but as the season went on, we saw Dean struggle as a last line of defense as teams were just gashing Florida on the ground. One welcome change this new staff under Billy Napier will bring is a much more physical mentality to the whole team and to the defense. That is the first step I think will help Trey Dean, and it will go a long way in him putting a statement on his last year at Florida. Number 1, cornerback Jason Marshall. Taking over for Kaiir Elam will not be easy as the number 1 cornerback for Florida, but even that second cornerback spot will be a great competition for Florida to get 2 top-notch DBs on the field. That only happens if Marshall is out there. Showed great potential as a true freshman last season. Now it's time in his young career to prove that he's ready to step up and take over that number 1 cornerback spot with Kaiir Elam's departure to the NFL. He has the recruiting profile and the first-year production to say he's ready, and now he gets to be coached up by one of the best DB coaches in the country, Corey Raymond. If Marshall lives up to potential, then the Gators have one side of the field locked up in the secondary. Listen to Gators Breakdown for an even deeper dive into the Florida Gator defense. We go position by position, raise some questions about this Florida Gator defense as they transition from Todd Grantham to Patrick Toney as defensive coordinator for this Gators in Billy Napier's first season. A lot to look forward to on defense, but so many questions. If you want more, head to news4jax.com/Gators Breakdown. Find us on your favorite podcast platform and the YouTube version as well.